from Vacuums R Us in Arvada, Colorado, and today I'm going to go through some troubleshooting and setup on the Bissell Smartclean robot. Now, Bissell has had these robots for a while now. They come in a couple different colors, notably green, blue, and black, and we're just going to give you guys a little help today on how to set it up and some troubleshooting issues because they can be a little bit finicky when you're first getting to know them. So a couple things you need to know about your smart robot to operate it usefully is just get a good lay of the land. So its main sensor is right here on the front. It operates as a bumper, so whenever it runs into something, it tells it to turn around. This keeps it from running into your furniture or getting into places it shouldn't. Now it also has a drop sensor right on the face here. This will sense change in color, so if he runs over a really dark rug or he comes up to the edge of a stairway, it'll sense a cliff and it will make him turn around. This prevents your robot from falling down the stairs. Your main contact point is right here. This is what's going to make contact with your charging dock, and that's how it's going to actually charge at night and where it will return to. What you're going to do is you're going to remove your bot from the package. You're going to actually flip its switch that is located right here on the side from off to on. Then you're going to turn the guy over. The bottom part here is where your battery plate is located. You're just going to pop this out by pushing down on these little holes right here. And then you're going to take your battery, which was located at the front of your box, and you're going to make sure that the metal ends make contact with the contact points. Once that's clicked in, go ahead and replace your battery cover by slipping it right back in like that. So, for your first use, you're going to need to plug him in directly into the wall. The battery requires about 4 to 5 hours of direct charge to get it up and running after you get it out of the box. You're going to plug your adapter right into this little port next to your on and off button. The other side is just a standard wall adapter. You can plug it in anywhere in your home and let it charge while you set up the docking station. Once your SpotBot is done charging for the first time, you're going to take your power charger and you're going to plug it right here into the side. Now you're going to have to pick a location where the bot will dock itself every night. So it has a few qualifications. You need to make sure there is nothing in front of the actual docking station, and you're going to need 40 inches to one side and 12 inches to the other side. Once you've picked a location you find ideal, go ahead and remove the sticker from the back and you can adhere it to the wall just like that. Make sure you're within reach of an outlet. Once you're plugged in, you're going to go ahead and start programming your settings. You're going to see icons here on the top. You're going to need to program it to set your day and your time so that way you can set your scheduling. First, flip your switch right here up to the clock. A little clock icon will start blinking in the bottom left corner. When that's blinking, you're going to go ahead and use the hour and minute select times to change the time to whatever time it is that you're setting this up at. Note, all of the timing is set in military time, so you'll have to actually do the conversion what your time is into military time. Once you've set your time on your clock setting, you're going to use the day icon right here to highlight whatever day it is. So, for example, today is Thursday, so I'm going to highlight the little Thursday right here in the top corner. Once you've finished setting your time, you're going to switch the lever down to the schedule feature. You should see the little calendar blinking here in the top left corner. Now, first you're going to set the time of day you would like it to run. So I want it to run at 10:15 every day, so I'll use the hour and minute button to do that. Now you need to select the day schedule you want it to run on. This smart robot has quite a few options. The first one is just a singular day. You will know that you are selecting just a singular day because only Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday will be lit. There will only be one showing. Now, the secondary feature is you can have it run every day of the week. That, once you've selected through all of the days, will highlight. Now, if you want it to only run 5 days a week, you'll click it again, and you should only see the middle days of the week showing like that. You can also have it run 6 days a week, so perhaps you don't want it to run on Saturday or Sunday. You'll see that highlighted like this. Now, if you only want it to do 2 days of a week, you'll click again, and it will show Sunday and Saturday lights lit just like this. Once you've set your schedule and you're happy with the time it is going to be running at, you're going to go ahead and switch the switch down to the final place, which says Run. This puts it in operational mode. To test to make sure your dock and your smart robot are both set up properly, after you have finished your schedule setup on the dock, set it against the wall, and go ahead and set your robot right here on top of it. You'll press the home button until the display screen shows 00 as the time, and it should redock itself properly so you have finished your setup correctly, and you can go ahead and let your robot go. It'll start its scheduled runtime on the day you set it to. Now, the secondary way you can use your Smartclean robot is if you need to do a manual cleaning. This can be done without disrupting the schedule by simply touching the control panel on the top of your smart robot. To turn it on, you'll engage this power button right here. Now, this power button is also going to select your time of clean run. There's a couple different options. Your first tap will leave you with a 99-minute run time. If you tap it again, you will have 30 minutes of run time. Another tap, 45 minutes of runtime. The next setting is 60 minutes of runtime. And finally, you will see a 00 runtime. This setting is specifically for if your robot is not docked properly, you can set it to the 00 runtime and it will redock itself. Now, it has a couple different cleaning cycles. Your first press here on the mode button will select the circular pattern. This means your robot will clean in small circles all around your house until it has picked up all debris. The next tap will leave you with a square looking icon. This is going to let the robot clean around the wall. It'll go around the edges of your home until it runs out of edge to clean. The next tap is the Z formation setting. The robot will move up and down the room following a zigzag path. This is to optimize its ability to clean large spaces in a small amount of time. The final setting is the zigzag icon, or the diagonal path. This will let your robot clean in diagonal directions all across the room, adjusting as obstacles are encountered. The final press leaves you with all of these settings, meaning the robot will bounce back and forth every time it runs into an obstacle. It will change the setting it is cleaning under. This final setting is the most optimal as it allows the robot to change as it runs into obstacles, meaning if it is in a short corridor, it'll be able to clean along the walls or in circular patterns, whereas if it were to open up into a bigger room, then he would be able to clean in diagonal paths, cleaning more space. You also have the ability to change the vacuuming setting. First is the normal setting, is what it will operate on normal run times, and the scheduled one as well. If you feel like it's not picking up strong enough, you're welcome to change it up to turbo. To do that, you'll just hit this press and minus button here on the right side of the control panel, and that will put it into turbo mode. It'll look like a little spinning wheel with double the flower petals. If you happen to see that little trash indicator right there on the right side of the screen, it means your dustbin is full. Make sure you go ahead and remove it and clean it so that way your robot continues its scheduled clean. To do that, you'll pop the lid open just by pressing down. The dust cup sits inside, so once removed, it'll look like this. It simply opens like that. You can dump this part out, and if this side of the filter seems to be getting a little grimy, feel free to take a old or dollar store toothbrush to it and just gently brush off any debris that happens to have gotten there. There's a variety of different error codes that you may see on your Smartclean's display screen. The first one will show up as E1. This means that one of your wheels is stuck. You can simply turn it over and push them in and out to disengage them. This will unstick them, and it should reset the error screen. If you see E2, that means your top dust cover is not installed correctly. Perhaps it's not shut all the way, so just go ahead and open it up and make sure everything's sitting flush, and that should get rid of that error. Now, if you see E3, that means your front bumper is stuck. Your Smartclean has likely run into something a little bit too hard and has managed to jam his bumper. Just gently push from the back of the vacuum to unclick the bumper from its stuck position. If you pick up your Smartclean, you will see the error E4 because it is no longer on the ground. Now, if you manage to tip over the Smartclean, you may also see that error. Now, if you see E5, that means the color of the floor is too dark. If you have a black rug, your Smartclean may get stuck on it and it may think it is stuck on the edge of a stair. Just go ahead and push it back a little bit and it should resume normal cleaning. If you see E6, this means the battery was not installed properly or your Smartclean is not charging correctly. If the prongs on the back of the vacuum are not lined up perfectly with the charging station, it is likely you'll see this error, as it wants to let you know that it's not going to continue its scheduled clean until it is charged properly. Just jostle a bit to make sure it's sitting flush inside of its holder, or turn the vacuum on to the 0, 0 setting and it will redock itself correctly. For extra cleaning ability, you can attach the edge brushes. These will be located in the bottom of your package. They have square fittings, so just simply line up the edges of the square to the bottom of your vacuum, and they will pop in like such. When you need to remove or clean them, simply grab the bristles together and pull straight up, and that will remove it. The final thing you need to set up is your invisible wall sensor. It is found in the bottom right corner of your box. You simply grab your sensor. You're going to unclick the back cover and place in 4 AA batteries, which are not included. Once the batteries are in properly, replace the cover and go ahead and slide this top switch from the side with the O to the side with the I. This has engaged your invisible wall sensor. Now, all you need to do is simply place this somewhere you do not want your Smartclean going, and it will create a small invisible sensor, keeping the vacuum away from perhaps falling over the edge of stairs, running into a precious rug, or even transitioning onto a tile it cannot get off of. If you have any other questions, feel free to consult your user manual guide that comes inside the box with your Smartclean. Sometimes things like the side cleaning brushes or the LED lights aren't working properly, and there's a chart inside that will help you troubleshoot those issues. If that does not work, or if you'd rather speak to someone in person, feel free to give us a call here at Vacuums R Us, or even better, stop on by, and we'd be glad to help you set up your robot or demo it for you in person.